Ashley Nicole Moss here for CBS Sports. And look, we are hanging out at the Big Three all day long. And we have a legend among us right here. This is George Gervin, in case you didn't know, but you might have known him better as the Iceman. I want to read off some of your accomplishments because I love doing that when I'm in the presence of legends. All right, let's go through. It's a lengthy list, so we might be here for a while. 9-time All-Star, 4-time NBA scoring champ. Your number 44 jersey is retired by the San Antonio Spurs. You are a member of the top 50 and top 75 all-NBA class. When you hear those accomplishments read to you, and I'm sure you've heard them constantly, what does it feel like?
I'm grateful. I'm humbled by having the opportunity to be able to play. I didn't play for none of them accomplishments. I played because I love the game, and I got pretty good, and they thought I should be, top 50, top 75, and very thankful for that.
Yeah, you got better than good, but I like the humble. I like the humility of it all. You're coaching in the Big Three, and you're actually coaching Joe Johnson, who I was a big fan of growing up. Just a seamless scorer, got the name ISO Joe. It fits him perfectly. For people who are unaware of his game, kind of break it down for us.
He understands the game. He's size-wise, what he's able to do is incredible. You know, we talk about LeBron James a lot and his size and what he's able to do on the floor. I think we're really missing something, not talking about ISO Joe. He got a special game. He can shoot the ball. He know how to score. You know, I mean, he's a shooter and a scorer, and you find that very rarely in a basketball player. So he's a special guy, and I really love the opportunity to, be a part of the coaching staff to help guide him to, give us a championship.
It's got to be fun, too, because as somebody who's won multiple scoring titles themselves, 4 overall to be exact, seeing somebody who is so just prominent in the fundamentals just has to be exciting to watch from a coaching standpoint.
It separates him. I mean, that's the beautiful part about it. I mean, and with my own resume, to be able to see him be able to do the things that he do and so gracefully and so easily, it's just fun. It's fun to watch. I'm a big fan of him. I didn't see him much as his pro career, so for me, it's really good to see because now I'm up front and personal at an older age, and he can still do what he's doing. So he's a special guy. I mean, and he don't get enough credit.
Well, I want to go back to the word special because if anything was special, it was your aesthetic. It was your vibe, right? The chains, the high socks, the finger roll, the Iceman. I mean, the list goes on and on. Kind of take me into the mindset of what went into bringing that into your game, bringing that on the court, or did it just kind of happen and it just stuck?
Everything comes down to fundamental. My foundation was solid. My high school coach gave me an opportunity to learn fundamentals, and he gave me that in a high school atmosphere, and what he taught me was a big part of how I grew, so I was fundamentally sound. And I didn't mind putting the work in. I shot the ball 500 times a day. I use both hands because I have two hands, and so I implemented all that into my game, and it made the game easier. And I wish a lot of the younger kids would understand that, you got to put the work in order to get the results. So that's what I did to have the kind of career that I had.
And the swag was just a plus. Who has better swag, you or SGA? I feel like you were the starter of the swag starter. We're going to play a little game. I want to get your Mount Rushmore, and this is going to be 4 players, but specifically scorers that you think are the greatest scorers of all time. You can include yourself, too, if you want to, not be so humble. I'm not going to get mad at you. So give me your 4 best scorers of all time.
Wow. I could start off with Kareem. Kareem was, special, shot a high percentage. You can't go without talking about Michael Jordan. Here's a guy that people don't think about or talk about, Alex English. Alex English is one of the guys that scored 2,000 points for 8 years in a row. It's very rarely ever done. So when you start talking about scores, he's definitely one of them. Yeah, I could say me. I mean, because I was able to do that. And I like to say me because I did it shooting 51% career. So when you can score and put the ball in the basket and shoot a high percentage, then that's and then who else can I think of? Well, off the tip of my Kobe Bryant.
Ooh, my favorite basketball player of all time.
Kobe wasn't an accurate shooter. Kobe was the kind of guy, they say, man, who's the greatest shooter? I say, Kobe was one of the guys that when you needed a bucket, he was able to get it for you. So that's why I always include him when you talk about scoring. He was one of the greatest shot makers. I just say it like that.
Shout out to the Mamba. Rest in peace. We miss you so much. I have to go back to your nickname because the Iceman, I feel like, is one of the coldest, and this is no pun intended when I say coldest, but one of the coldest NBA nicknames just of all time. How did it come about, and were you a fan of it when it was kind of thrust upon you?
When you say ice, you think about cool.
Yeah.
I'm from Detroit. And I'm born in the inner city of Detroit, So born in the inner city of Detroit, you know what you see. You see Cadillacs and you see, guys that's real sharp.
Think of Motown.
Yeah, you think of Motown. I mean, I brought all that flavor to the ABA when I started, and that's when I got the nickname Iceman because, I used to dress. I mean,
I used to put it on, as the kids say.
Yeah, I used to dress. I mean, and, that was a part of the game for us is to come to the game looking good, playing well, and then putting them clothes back on and you're still looking good. So that was a part of me. And Fatty Taylor is the guy that named me Iceman. So I'm proud. He's no longer here either, but he the one gave me that name, and I kind of like it.
Well, it definitely stuck, and it's definitely one of the best, which brings me to a next game where we're going to play, and this is going to be blind ranking other nicknames in the world of basketball. So you're not going to know which nickname is coming up after the one I named, so you have to rank them without knowing what's next, all right? So 1 through 5. The first nickname is Shaq, and this is a little bit of a debate because it could be Dwight, it could be Shaq, it depends. But we're going to go Shaq for this one. Superman. Where would you put that 1 through 5?
Wow. Superman. I'm not a big fan of Superman. I mean, so you say Shaq, you say Superman, right? Wow. He was Superman. I mean, because the things that he was able to do, wasn't nobody else able to do it. We talk about power and strength. You have to always go to Wilt, but Shaq is that next guy.
All right, so do you want to go 5 for this one? We're going to put him at 5?
Yeah, I'll put him at 5.
All right, the next one, the Black Mamba.
Oh, wow. That fits Kobe tremendously, because that's what he do. He's the ambusher, I mean, when you think things are down, Kobe, he going to jump up and beat you. So I put that at 5, too.
Okay. Well, we can't use 5. We already have 5. You got to put it at somewhere.
4?
You could put 4, 3, 2, 1,
Well,
wherever you
4,
want to put
4.
it. You want to put it at 4? Okay.
Yeah.
The Round Mound of Rebounds.
Oh, wow. Who is that? Round Mound.
I'll give you a hint.
Wait a minute. I know who that is. Round Mound of Rebound. Yeah, give me a hint.
He is on NBA on TNT. He's part of that crazy
you
crew.
talking about Charles Barkley?
Yes.
Oh, Charles, yeah, special. Charles, real special. He another one don't get enough credit. So I can't do 4 because I already used 4 or 5. So 3.
You want to put him at 3? Okay. Dr. J.
Oh, wow, man. I would switch all of it, put him at number 5 for me. But, Doc would have to go at 2 now that, I must didn't understand it because I would have put Shaq down a little further with the Superman stuff. Just conversation, y'all, I mean, but Doc was, I was his rookie, in the ABA, and I'm so fond of him. And what he did for me on the basketball court is something that I'll never forget. He still called me rookie today. He's 75 and I'm 73. He'll say, "What's up, Rook?" And I'll smile like I'm still that kid. So that's how much I appreciated him.
Well, I feel like you're going to feel good about putting this one at number 1. Air Jordan.
Oh.
His airness.
He's the best.
Yeah.
I mean, Mike was, something special. I got a chance to start with Dr. J and I finished with Michael. So he's number 1.
I love that. All right, so Before I let you go, we're going to do a little bit of rapid fire, but I do have one San Antonio Spurs question for you that I have to ask. I mean, what the Spurs are building is absolutely phenomenal. Obviously, getting Dylan Harper in this year's draft, but they also have the unicorn himself in Wemby. How proud are you of what this organization has been able to do through so many different rosters and changes in terms of the guys that have come in and out of this organization?
You know, I'm proud that they stuck with building. You know, I'm a KD fan. I love him to death, and I love what he brings to the game. But I'm glad that they stayed with the youth and building. What they have with, you know, Wembanyama is something special, and what they're putting around him, we're going to be something to reckon with, you know. So they got a special team. Pop just retired, but he's still the president, so his presence will be there and stuff. So I'm proud of the San Antonio Spurs. That's my team.
Of course it's your team, and I have a lot of love for that organization. I've interviewed a lot of guys from there, just class, all the way around.
It really is.
Top to bottom.
It really is. I mean, them guys, character. Character is everything. We don't see that much today, you know, but when you see some young men that got character, values, morals, and principles, we proud of them because y'all know we live in a dark world, and some of our guys just haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah, the San Antonio Spurs way. Okay, rapid fire before we let you go. How old were you the first time you dunked a basketball?
Wow. How old? I dunked it in high school, so, you know, 16.
Okay. Your basketball GOAT, who is the greatest of all time for you?
Wow, greatest of all time. Wow, man, you know, I got to say Wilt Chamberlain. They changed the game, how he played, so I'd say Wilt.
Okay. Best trash talker during your time?
Larry Bird. Larry Bird talked so much stuff. Y'all couldn't believe how much Larry would talk. Larry the kind of guy say, man, you keep talking, I'll tell you what, I'm going to tell you when I'm going to shoot it. That's how good he was.
Favorite sports movie?
Oh, wow. Favorite.
It could be football, too. It doesn't have to be basketball.
Return of the Titans.
Ooh, good one.
You know, I really like that. I just like the geographics. You know, I thought it was real special. You know, one of the documentaries that I don't think very many of you saw is called Something to Cheer About with Oscar Robertson and my high school coach, Willie Merriweather. You know, it was another, great show.
I'm going to put you on the spot with this one. Best basketball player in the world right now.
Wow, best basketball? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Best basketball player in the world right now. Who can I say it? Who's been stepping up? Jokic.
Ooh, I like that answer. That's my answer, too. I was waiting. Jokic, I mean, it's just insane what he is able to do at his size, at his build. It's just
he ain't got no style. That's what I like about him. He just get it done. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so you can sell his style, but what he does for the game and the Denver Nuggets is win championships. And his production and his consistency, you could try to give to anybody you want. He's always there for the MVP every year.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's special.
And last one, toughest player you ever had to defend?
Wow, I ain't guarding nobody. They all had to guard me and stuff. So,
I know, talk that talk.
Hey, well, it would be Michael Jordan or Dr. J. They're the toughest, or Clyde Drexler. They're the toughest guys that, I probably had to guard.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Iceman, it has been an absolute pleasure, and I wish you and your team the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
And I hope you enjoy the time that you have with your family as well after it all.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you.